Part A for your build is going to be 100 reps of a single arm dumbbell row for time. What we mean by that is you want to be doing them in as big a sets as possible under nice control like Jack's doing now, but you want to do them in as fewer sets as possible. So 100 reps, you're looking at really big sets, more or less going to failure before you rest a minute and go into your next set again. So maybe as that first set you can get 20, 25 reps out, have a minute's rest, you're going for a really big set again, and you want to complete those 100 reps in as fewer sets as possible. So you're going all out to failure. I'd maybe stop one or two before, just so when that minute's up you can go straight into it again. You're then going to go straight onto your other arm and you're going to repeat again. I would do your weaker arm for this. Make sure, because it is a lot of reps, you are keeping tight form and it is controlled. Even though I called it for time or an AMRAP or something like that, you want to really make sure those reps are controlled. What you don't want to do is rush through it and get out of form. So make sure you are nice and tight and you are using your back muscles to pull. So 100 on one arm, rest a minute in between sets, same thing for your other arm. Part B is going to be a very similar format but for push-ups. So you're looking at 100 reps in as fewer sets as possible. You want to make sure that these are strict, really good controlled reps. You should be aiming for about 5 to 10 sets, which obviously means set size at a time. You should be doing about 10 to 20 reps. If you know you're going to be outside of the 10 to 20 reps range, if you can do a little bit more to start, that's fine. But if you're doing less than 10 full strict push-ups to start, I would scale the movement down a little bit. You can go hands onto a bench or an object, or you can go knees on the floor to make it a little bit easier. You really want to try and keep those sets in between 10 and 20. If you're really good at push-ups and you can go over 20, that's not a problem. Fewer sets as possible, 100 push-ups. Part C is the same format again, but we're now looking at an overhead press. So single arm dumbbell strict press, 100 reps. Fewer sets as possible. What you really want to watch out for now, if Jack turns sideways for us, you want to make sure you don't end up losing that core tension and starting to lean back a little bit. So you need to be able to gauge now, not just when your shoulder and arm is burning out, but when you feel yourself losing that core tension and leaning back, and that's again when you want to stop that rep. So you're doing 100 reps, fewer sets as possible, 1 minute rest in between, and then you go on to your other arm. Finally, we are going to finish off these formats, these 100 reps for time, or 100 reps in as fewer sets as possible, whichever way you want to say it. Crush grip, dumbbell press, dumbbell curl even. Keep the elbows tucked in, making sure it is a nice controlled reps. Same thing a little bit with your strict press. You want to make sure your core's tight. You want to make sure there's no back and forward motion in the torso like Jack's doing now. We're not doing a swing or a hang clean. Elbows tight in, really nice and controlled. Rest in a minute in between each one of your sets, 100 reps for time.